Hey guys, this is going to be a very unusual video. It's not going to be scripted or anything, just want to get a few things out of the way real quick. It's probably going to be the last video I make that's related to Sonic 4 Episode 2 until it's released a couple months from now and I can just review it then, because there isn't much I can say about it that I haven't already, or that I won't say in this video. It's kind of funny that I uploaded that other video just the other day, and then the very next day, a lot of new information and screenshots and whatnot were leaked that proved some of my points wrong. So, what if I had waited just another day to upload it, and what then? Anyway, there's just a few things I want to get out of the way. The boss, yeah, that thing is in the game. It's a boss, you fight it, and it's great. It's just so cool and colorful, and I can't wait to see what the other bosses look like. Okay, White Park. Yes, the snowy level and the carnival level are just two acts of the same zone. And I really, really like this. I like that they're diversifying the individual acts so much, because it makes it feel, assuming they're going to treat the other zones this way, make each act different than the last act. The thing is, we don't just want 4 levels divided into 3 smaller levels each. We want like 12 levels. So if they are going this far to diversify these individual acts more and make them feel independent of each other, like their own unique places, that's just really, really great. It's really something special. Okay, and then the story, the Little Planet. So apparently Eggman is back and he's fucking up the Little Planet again, and Metal Sonic is back, and they're just feeding us more of the same schlock over and over again. I'm really disappointed about the story. I mean, the way Robotnik is screwing up this planet is kind of creative, and I really do like the presence Metal Sonic is going to have, because I expect him to just randomly pop up at the last second and just not contribute much of anything to the game, aside from maybe scrounging up a few bucks by just appearing in it. But no, you're going to fight him more than one time, and he's going to have a bigger presence in the game. He has a real role as a character, and I really, really like this. I can't wait to see how this plays out. But yeah, aside from that, I am disappointed by the story, because it is just more of the same thing. Okay, now I want to read a few comments that were made on another video. Not one of my videos. It's a video of some recently released gameplay footage, and you can find it in the description of this video. Though, if you click on it some months from now and the video is deleted or something, sorry, but, maybe now you can go there and read some of the other comments that people have been making and just see more of what I'm talking about. I just copied and pasted a few comments from that. I won't read you the usernames or anything, and I'm not trying to blow these out of context. These are just a few examples of the typical kind of comments I found on that. Now here's a couple of complaints that people had in response to the footage. I like how people are trying to justify the boost pads, saying it's the first zone of the game. I mean, seriously? Did Green Hill, Emerald Hill, or Angel Island have this much automation? Quit being a bunch of fanboys. If I wanted a game to play itself for me most of the time, I would be playing a fucking interactive movie. Sega was supposed to fix this kind of level design, but they only seem to have improved the graphics, so yeah, thanks for not giving a fuck about 80% of the feedback, Sega. Here's another comment. Not sure I like what I see. Physics still look pretty floaty, and from what I can make out, they're still trying to make the music sound like a Mega Drive game, with those god-awful dying cat synths. But of course, I don't count this as the first official gameplay due to the amount of ass the player sucks. So yeah, these comments, they're actually pretty reasonable. They're just people voicing their opinions, just addressing certain things that they personally have gripes with, things that they don't like about the game. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you're not allowed to do that. It's actually very good. It's if anything, this is pretty constructive criticism, because, well, for one thing, people don't like scripted events. We don't like having to watch the game do something for us. And yeah, there were little things like these sprinkled throughout the Genesis games and pretty much all Sonic games. It is okay to have a little bit of that in there, but Dimps is infamous for cramming just as many of these things in there as they possibly can to craft this illusion of a thrilling experience when the player isn't actually doing much of anything some of the time. And this was a problem in Sonic 4 Episode 1. Not all the time, but some of the time. And as for the physics, yeah, when I watched this footage, I got a sense of deja vu when I flashed back to Sonic 4 Episode 1, because I have played that a lot, and I got accustomed to how Sonic moved in that. I got a feel for it, and now I look at how he moves in this, and he doesn't seem to have changed a bit. He moves pretty much the exact same way he did in that, and it really disappoints me. I'm hoping this is just an early build of the game and that the physics will be better, because if they aren't, well, can we really trust Sega when they say they're going to fix something? Because this is like the second time this has happened. But anyway, and then there's the music. I don't really care much for the music either. I heard some of the music from the footage, and it does sound like more of the same. Basically, the only thing that has been improved since the first episode were the graphics. And you know what? The first episode was an okay game. It just wasn't a flat-out great game. And this one does inevitably seem better, even if it's just as far as the visuals go. When people criticize it, when people criticize the game this way, they're not necessarily saying that it's bad. They're just saying they were hoping it would be improved some more, and they're kind of disappointed that it wasn't. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But then there are comments like this.
Dude, just shut up. It's people like you that really annoy me. Here's an idea. If you don't like new Sonic games, play the old ones. Besides, you're nitpicking. This game looks awesome. It's people like you that get on my nerves. Your comment is filled with negative remarks. At least play the fucking game before you bitch about it.
Jeez, they weren't bitching about the game. They were just putting out little things that they didn't like. And even that isn't necessarily nitpicking. If they were saying they don't like the way a certain something looks, like Sonic's eye color, then yeah, I guess that would be nitpicking. But they were talking about gameplay mechanics and how the experience would be. And it was a constructive critique overall. They weren't bitching. Bitching and just complaining are not the same thing. Anyway,
what the fuck happened to just watching the video? Basically all the comments are just stupid arguments like, there's too much springs. I swear, Sonic is the worst fanbase in gaming history. After this game, I'm done with the series, not because of the game, but the retarded fans. I'll tell you what I want, fanboys, you know who you are. Just shut the fuck up. And the defenders of this game, enjoy the damn game. Really, too many automated parts? Well, so do your fucking precious fan games. You guys disgust me.
Okay, a few things I don't like about this comment. Most fan games are just trash. But there are a few that really, really shine. Every so often I come across one that does, break the confines of what a lot of fan games are. That don't just cram them full of, like, springs and so on. But anyway, there's so many things I just can't stand about comments like this. Like the whole, don't say anything about the game that isn't downright, positive unless you've played it. Like, if you see a trailer for something, you're allowed to say, oh my gosh, it looks awesome. But you're not allowed to say anything, even just a teensy bit negative about it, without having played it first, without having held the controller and everything. And this is such a stupid, redundant argument. I mean, you apply this to pretty much any other game that's ever been made, and it's like, this is why people have previews of games. This is why there are like first impressions and so on. It's not right that these people aren't allowed to say anything about the game until it's released, because the things that they're criticizing are so apparent, so easy to spot. It's like pretty much anyone can see what they're getting at. But no, these guys just won't tolerate anyone saying anything besides, oh my gosh, this is so awesome! Ugh. And yeah, they're saying, oh, your remarks are so negative, but what, they're the ones who are being downright mean. That's what bothers me most about the guys who make comments like this, is that they prop themselves up, trying to sound like, oh, we're the ones who are all mature and benevolent and decent, and we're the ones who are giving this game a chance, trying to defend it from you miscreants who are judging it so prematurely. Ugh. Well, they're trying to make it sound like they're the ones who are the good guys. They're the ones who are defending something that needs to be defended, when they're the ones who are just being so downright mean-spirited. They're the ones who are being hostile. They're the ones who are lashing out, calling people names. It's so hypocritical. This is something I guess I could delve into with more depth sometime, but right here I just want to make a quick little video about it. Sorry if this wound up being longer than it was supposed to be. That's all I really have to say about it. If you want to go to the link in the description, you can read more comments like this and so on. But, yeah. This kind of thing just always bugs me. I'm not even sure quite how to go about it. But whatever. That's all for now. Toodles, peeps.